Hey, what is going on guys? Jolts here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the Zane skill tree. But before we get into that, I do want to say thank you so much Gearbox and 2K for letting me play this game early. So first off, I do want to mention that this was a preset build for the demo. I was set to level 30 and I can't really change my skill tree, but we're still going to review all the skills anyway. For the Hitman Tree, you can see here we have Sentinel for the action skill. Send into battle an automatic Sentinel drone that continuously flies through the environment and attacks enemies with its machine guns. Pressing left or right bumper while Sentinel is active will cause it to attack enemies under Zane's crosshairs, if any. Then we have a damage value of 56, duration 24 seconds, and cooldown 36 seconds. I do want to point out too, you can see at the top we have equip slot 1 and 2. You can actually use 2 action skills at the same time. Each one of the skill trees has its own action skill. For the next skill we have Violent Speed, Kill Skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains increased movement speed for a few seconds. Now this skill is maxed out with 5 points, so the movement speed is 20% and duration is 8 seconds. Cold Bore. Zane gains increased weapon swap speed. The next shot after swapping weapons deals bonus cryo damage. Weapon swap speed 15%, bonus cryo damage 6%. Violent Momentum. Zane's gun damage is increased while moving. The quicker he moves, the greater the gun damage bonus. Gun damage 30% after default walk speed. Cool Hand. Zane gains increased reload speed. Kill Skill. After killing an enemy, Zane's reload speed is increased for a few seconds. Reload speed 12% after kill, and then 8% by default. This is really cool because it's a passive ability, so you kind of have it all the time, and also you get even more bonus when you get a kill. Drone Delivery. Sentry will occasionally drop free grenades based on your current grenade mod while attacking enemies. Cooldown 15 seconds. Salvation. Kill Skill. After killing an enemy, Zane's weapon gains lifesteal for a few seconds. Now, I do question, are we going to have Moxie weapons in this game like in Borderlands 2? Or are we going to have to rely on our skill trees for healing? Nice skill, I like it. See in Red. Activating an action skill automatically activates all of Zane's kill skills. I like that one, it kind of reminds me of Jack's skill Leadership in a pre-sequel. Violent Violence. Kill Skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains increased fire rate for a few seconds. Fire rate 4% and duration 8 seconds per point. Playin' Dirty. Kill Skill. After killing an enemy, Zane's next 5 shots all have a chance to fire an additional projectile. Extra shot chance 10%. Good Misfortune. Kill Skill. Killing an enemy increases Zane's action skill duration. This skill has diminishing returns. Duration return up to 5% max duration. That's a pretty cool skill, so the first kill you get is going to be a lot of cooldown, and then slowly as you get more and more kills and chain it, it's going to be less and less cooldown, but you're still getting cooldown. I like that. For the capstone, we have Death Follows Close. All of Zane's kill skills gain increased effect and duration. Kill skill bonus 40%, kill skill duration 4 seconds. That sounds like a really powerful skill. I love that. You know, being able to increase your duration on kill skills is kind of a big deal. MBL2, Krieg could really, utilize that quite a bit, and seeing this on Zane would be a lot of fun. Time for the augments. So augments are something you put on your action skill to give it different bonuses. And for Zane, you can pick which 2 you want to put on your drone. So the first one here is Winter's Drone. Converts Sentinel's primary weapons to cryo damage. Pretty cool, I like freezing enemies. Next up, Bad Dose. Sentinel occasionally shoots out a beam of radiation that weakens enemies and buffs Zane. For every weakened enemy, Zane's movement speed and fire rate are increased. Weakened enemies have decreased movement speed and attack speed. Fire rate 3% per enemy, movement speed 6% per enemy, damage 14, duration 12 seconds, cooldown 8 seconds. Boomsday. Sentinel adds a rocket pod to its primary weapons, allowing it to shoot rockets as well as machine guns. Rocket damage 279. Static Field. Sentinel emits a static field that sends a shock beam to nearby enemies, draining their shield and replenishing Zane's. Shield damage 10 per second, cooldown 2 seconds. Almighty Ordnance. Holding down left or right bumper while Sentinel is deployed will paint a target area. Sentinel fires a missile barrage at that area, and if the enemy is killed, Almighty Ordnance's duration is reset. This can only be used once per action skill use. Missile damage 139, missiles per barrage 5, and a little Easter egg reference there we have the word Kobe. I'm sure you know what that is. Alright, on to the middle one, we have the Double Agent Tree. So for your action skill, you have Digiclone. Spawn a Digiclone of Zane. This clone stays in place, but distracts and fires at enemies. Pressing left or right bumper while the clone is active will cause Zane and the clone to swap places. Imagine Zero in Borderlands 2 in which you throw your deception and kind of run away. Well, imagine that, but you can switch places with it at any time. That is freaking awesome. Synchronicity. Whenever one or more of Zane's action skills are active, he gains increased gun damage for each active action skill. gun damage 2% per active action skill. And now we have Prey Munitus, I'm not sure how to say that. Zane and his digiclone gain increased magazine size. Magazine size 4%. Borrowed Time. Zane gains increased action skill duration for every active action skill. Action skill duration 4% per active action skill. Donnybrook. Kill skill. Whenever Zane kills an enemy, he and his digiclone receive increased gun damage and gain health regeneration for a few seconds. Gun damage 2%, health regeneration 0.5% of missing health per second, duration 8 seconds. Fractal Frags. The digiclone throws a copy of Zane's current grenade mod when it's first activated. If the digiclone is killed, it drops a free grenade. And then kill skill for it. Killing an enemy while the digiclone is active gives your clone a chance to throw a grenade. Grenade chance 30%. Duct Tape Mod. The first shot fired from Zane's gun has a chance to also fire a grenade. The more grenades in his capacity, the higher the chance. Grenade chance up to 5%. Quick Breather. Whenever Zane swaps places with his clone, his shield will immediately begin recharging. Pocket full of grenades. Kill skill. After killing an enemy, Zane gains grenade regeneration for a few seconds. Grenade regeneration 5%, duration 8 seconds. That sounds really fun. I've always wanted a skill to actually regen grenades, and now we have it. Next up, Old U. Press left or right bumper and fight for life if the digiclone is active to destroy the clone and immediately gain a second wind with full health. Supersonic Man. Whenever one or more of Zane's action skills are active, he gains increased movement speed for each active action skill. Movement speed 4% per active action skill. Like a ghost, Zane and his digiclones gain a chance to ignore bullets. This chance is increased for a few seconds after activating an action skill. This effect stacks. Ignore bullet chance 4%, additional ignore bullet chance 1%, and duration 8 seconds. Boom Enhance. Whenever Zane summons a digiclone, it consumes up to 3 grenades. For every grenade consumed, the digiclone gains increased gun damage, max health, fire rate, and reload speed. Gun damage 11%, max health 17%, fire rate 17%, and reload speed 12% per grenade. Trick of the Light. Zane deals bonus shock damage to enemies that aren't targeting him. Bonus damage 6% of damage dealt. For the capstone, we have Double Barrel. The clone is equipped with a copy of Zane's current weapon when activated. Swapping places with the clone causes Zane and his clone to gain increased gun damage. Gun damage 10%, item duping 100%. Now, I don't think this refers to you get a second physical version of the gun, with this skill. It's probably referring to the clone having a copy of your gun. Okay, so for the augments, these are going to be things that you equip to your clone. Binary System. Whenever Zane swaps places with his clone, a Cryonova is triggered around Zane and his clone. Nova damage 371. Next up we have, I don't even know how to say that. Might as well try? Schadenfreude, maybe? I'm not sure, but that skill. Whenever the clone takes damage, Zane's shield is restored by a portion of that damage. Shields restored, 11% of digiclone damage. Doppelbanger. Hold down left or right bumper to end the action skill early. When Zane's action skill is ended, the clone explodes, dealing fire damage to all nearby enemies. The more action skill time remaining, the greater the damage. Damage up to 7,430. Now, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but these damage values on the card actually change with your levels. With my character being around level 30, we're dealing about 7,000 damage. Which one's real? Enemies are more likely to target the clone for a few seconds after it's summoned after swapping places. Duration, 6 seconds. And finally, we have Digital Distribution. If Zane takes health damage while the clone is active, a portion of damage is shared to his clone instead. Shared health damage, 75%. For the final one, we have the Undercover skill tree. His action skill is known as Barrier. Drop a deployable barrier that blocks incoming projectiles. Zane and his allies can shoot through the barrier, dealing increased gun damage. Pressing left or right bumper while the barrier is active picks up and holds the barrier, but the size and bonuses are decreased. Duration 9 seconds, cooldown 18 seconds, damage amp 20%. Adrenaline. Zane gains increased action skill cooldown rate. This bonus is based on the amount of shield he has. The more percent full, the greater the bonus. Action skill cooldown rate up to 20%. Hardy Stock. Zane gains increased maximum shield capacity. Max shields 6%. Ready for action. Zane gains improved shield recharge rate and shield recharge delay. Shield recharge rate 6%. Shield recharge delay minus 8%. Brain freeze. Whenever Zane scores a critical hit on an enemy, there's a chance they will be slowed. Slow chance 2.5%. Stiff upper lip. Whenever Zane is damaged, he gains damage resistance against that damage type. Damage resistance 15%. Rise to the occasion. Zane gains health regeneration. The lower his shield is, the higher the bonus. While Zane's shields are full, he does not receive any health regeneration. Health regeneration up to 2% of max health per second. Confident Competence. While Zane's shields are active, he gains increased gun damage and accuracy. This bonus is based on the amount of shield he has. The more percent full, the greater the bonus. Gun damage up to 10%, accuracy up to 22%. Really expensive jacket. Elemental damage over time effects applied to Zane have reduced duration. Elemental effect duration minus 50%. Best served cold. Kill skill. Whenever Zane kills an enemy, they create a Cryonova, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. This skill has a short cooldown. Damage 19, cooldown 3 seconds. That is really short. Futility belt. Zane gains resistance to non-elemental damage. Kill skill. All elemental damage Zane takes is converted to non-elemental damage. Damage reduction 22%, duration 8 seconds. Refreshment. Whenever Zane damages a frozen enemy with his weapon, he gains some of that damage back as health. Lifesteal, 8% of damage dealt. Calm, cool, collected. Whenever Zane freezes an enemy, his shield instantly begins recharging. If Zane's shield is already full, he regenerates health for a few seconds. If Zane's health is already full, his action skill cooldowns and durations are immediately reset. Health regeneration up to 4% of max health per second. Regeneration duration 3 seconds. Nerves of Steel. Zane gains increased accuracy and handling. The longer his shield is full, the greater the bonus. Accuracy 2% per second, handling 2.5% per second, and max stacks 99. For the capstone we have Distributed Denial. Zane's barrier gains the effects of his currently equipped shield mod. Additionally, shield effects are applied to all allies near the barrier. Bonuses to Zane are reduced. That sounds like a really cool skill, and I do wonder what's going to be that go-to shield for this kind of skill setup. Maybe put on a Nova shield and then suddenly everybody's Novaing, or some other crazy unique shield out there. We'll have to see what happens. Alright, now for the augments, we have Charged Relay. Whenever Zane or an ally touches the barrier, they gain increased movement speed and fire rate for a few seconds. Fire rate 13%, movement speed 11%, duration 8 seconds after moving away from the barrier. Next up we have Nanites. Zane and his allies gain health regeneration, increase reload speed, and greatly improve shield recharge delay while near his barrier. The lower their health, the more health is regenerated. Health regeneration up to 4% of max health per second while near barrier, shield recharge delay minus 33%, reload speed 11%. Redistribution. Zane and his allies near the barrier gain increased gun damage for a few seconds after the barrier takes damage. Gun damage 9%, duration 3 seconds. All-rounder. Zane's barrier becomes a dome, covering all sides. Cooldown 20%. For the final one we have Deterrence Field. Enemies that touch the barrier take shock damage and are staggered. Shock damage 102. And yeah, that is all of Zane's skill tree, so let me know below what you guys think about him. For me, it feels like a mix of all the characters so far for the Commando class. We had Axton, we had Roland, we had Wilhelm. It feels like a good mix of all those characters together. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about it below, and of course, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, because that'd be awesome. And I will catch you guys later. Yeah, peace out.